Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Blue Lock Chapter 328. Like and subscribe for more content. Blue Lock Chapter 328, titled God, reveals the existence of the god of football. The chapter, spanning 20 pages, begins where we left off, with Isajai confronting Ego after the first match. Isajai asks Ego about his intentions, and Ego inquires about Isajai's intentions during the final stretch of the match against Nigeria in Chapter 325, titled The Student Becomes the Master. Isajai wonders if Ego is angry, but acknowledges that Ego, as an egoist, should have his own goals. Ego, surprisingly, is not fazed. He suggests that testing out a new way of thinking, given their guaranteed win, would not have been a bad idea. However, he warns that if gamble play continues as a form, it will create confusion, even for teammates who cannot respond to it, and ultimately lead to the collapse of Blue Lock's formation and tactics. For Ego, gambles are only secondary tactics to use when there's room to spare, and strikers should not rely solely on gamble play, which cannot be reproduced. Isajai understands Ego's perspective, but insists that he is close to understanding his ego, his image of being the best striker in the world, and finds Ego's soccer insufficient for him. Isajai is surprised to find himself with Ego on the roof of Blue Lock. Ego explains that it's just an emergency evacuation area. Returning to the conversation, Ego asks Isajai to prove his theory. While clarifying that he is not denying Ego, Isajai mentions the Superplay highlight video Ego sent him for training. He reveals that while the training certainly expanded his imagination and creativity, there's a limit to what he can achieve with his own means. He acknowledges that spending his whole life in study or training would not be enough. Therefore, he has to create the theory within the football field itself. This is because while he managed to defeat Loki, Lorenzo, and Kaiser in a single play or match, when comparing himself to them, Isajai is not superior to them. Despite calling Kaiser a clown that he used in Chapter 294, Champion, Isajai acknowledges Kaiser as a genius. Furthermore, his goal of defeating the best striker, Noel Noah, would be impossible with physical ability alone, regardless of how he would be reborn. Isajai learns on his own terms that there are two types of humans: geniuses and talented learners, or prodigies. One is not superior to the other, but both require each other to continuously grow through competition. This limitless evolution occurs through football dynamics. Yes, Isajai is Ego 2.0. He accurately applied Ego's theory of evolution from Chapter 281. The formula of evolution, all without Ego's initial input, solely through his own experience. Ego explains that when he was a football player 10 years ago, he felt like football was something divine, guided by God, which marked the beginning of the Neo-Egoist League. Isajai insists on being the ultimate talent, someone that will make the geniuses of Blue Lock, such as Rin and Bakira, want to surpass. Ego asks Isajai if there is a god of football. Isajai wonders if he means figures like Zico and Diego Maradona. Ego introduces an unscientific phenomenon, something beyond the realm of the physical and invisible. For Ego, the god of football is the result of perfecting one's thoughts and efforts, where the mind and body are completely synchronized, and there is something beyond one's control guiding their destiny. When Ego was still a player, he encountered this god, a winged being behind him. This could be akin to the Greek concept of demon or genius, both concepts similar to demons and guardian angels, respectively. For Ego, this explained his exceptional performance, and it was the only time he ever felt this way about his performance. Isajai wonders if this is different from flow or the luck equation. Now Ego asks the question again, if there is indeed a god of football. For Isajai, if such an invisible entity exists, it's the reason he met Bakira and everyone in Blue Lock. However, Ego remarks that he feels like God won't help him anymore, which is why he quit football and became chained to logic, treating football like a science and Blue Lock like a laboratory. Isajai then promises to meet the god of football. Ego looks forward to Isajai surpassing him and fulfilling his dream of meeting God. Ego is like a scientist whose ultimate goal is to witness the existence of the divine at work. Noel Noah is still the final boss of Blue Lock, but his purpose will now be to help Isajai realize the existence of the god of football. Editor's note: the determination to become the best in the world explodes now. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.